Hello, and welcome to a story that is basically about Thunderstorm's inner devil. No one to explain too much, so I don't want to get too much away, so let's just get started. Darkness Reign, Chapter 1, Power Driven. One day in Blue Ridge High School, a young man is walking down a hallway to his fourth period. A boy walks up to him and says, "What's up, bitch?" The young man says, "Just shut up, JR." JR pushes him into the wall and says, "You don't tell me to shut up. Now apologize." JR says, "I'll apologize to you when hell freezes over." JR says, "Well then, we got a problem, don't we? Because I think it just froze over." JR says, "If your life is so pathetic that all you have time for is to pick on me, then your life is pretty sad." JR says, It's not all that I have time for. I make time for it because it's fun, you little bastard." JR says, "Whatever. I'm out of here." He tries to walk away, but JR grabs his arm and pushes him back up against the wall and says, "You're going nowhere till you apologize." JR says, "JR, I'm trying very hard to be nice right now by not cussing at you or getting smart with you, so don't push your luck." JR says, You're scared, ain't you?" JR says, "How dare you? Like I'd ever be scared of a washed-up has-been like you. You and your entire family are nothing but a bunch of sorry-ass bitches who need a motherfucking wake-up call. You're nothing and no one is afraid of you. You live in a fantasy world you want to be. Now why don't you go back to that hobo dump that you call home?" JR says, "You son of a bitch." He punches Jacob to the ground and says, "I'm going to kill you." Jacob rubs the blood off his mouth and says, "Why are the dumb always the most violent?" JR picks up Jacob by his collar and says, "You just don't know how to keep that mouth of yours shut, do you?" Jacob smirks and says, "Nope, I sure don't. Do I?" "Don't you just love it?" "I do." JR says, "I'll shut that smart-ass mouth up for good." Jacob thinks, "I feel something building up inside of me. I don't think JR should continue to mess with me, but oh well, who cares if he gets hurt." JR punches Jacob in his stomach. Jacob says, "Ah!" He drops Jacob and unleashes a barrage of attacks. Jacob's eyes turn red and he catches JR's fist. JR says, "Hey! Let go, you fucking bitch!" Jacob's clothes turn black and his hair turns black and red at the tips. Red wings come out of his back with sharp armor on them. JR says, "What the hell?" Jacob smiles and says, "This power feels amazing." A storm cloud with a lightning bolt coming out of it appears on his shirt. Jacob says, "Now it's my turn." He sends his knee into JR's stomach. JR's eyes go wide and he says, "Ah!" Blood comes out of his mouth. Jacob laughs and says, "That feels amazing." He picks JR up by his collar and says, "Goodbye, pest." He throws JR through walls and classrooms till he goes outside of the school and bounces across the ground. The door to Coach Archie's room opens and he says, "What in the world just happened?" "Jacob, is that you?" Jacob smiles at him and says, "My name is Thunderstorm Rising, but you don't need to worry about remembering that. You're about to be dead, James." Coach Archie says, "Don't threaten me and don't call me James." Thunderstorm faces him and slowly walks towards him. Armor appears on his arms and he says, "It wasn't a threat, it was a promise." Coach Archie says, "Don't make me have to defend myself, Jacob. I don't want to hurt you." Thunderstorm laughs and says, You are hysterical. I'll miss that." And on a second, blood splatters from Coach Archie's chest and stomach. His eyes are wide and he says, Thunderstorm smiles and says, "I'm sure Katie will tell Sawyer about his late father. That is, she would, if I planned on letting anyone on this planet live. So you'll be reunited soon." Coach Archie falls to his knees and says, "You bastard." Thunderstorm grabs his head and says, "Oh, just die already." He crushes Coach Archie's head into the wall. His bloody body goes limp. A boy moves up to the doorway and says, "What in the hell is going on?" The boy falls down dead. Thunderstorm slowly walks into the classroom. A blonde-haired boy says, "The Thunderstorm?" Thunderstorm says, "Hello." He sends the blonde-haired boy through the ceiling and all the way up to the roof. The big guy A big guy says, "Oh shit." Gentleman points a finger at the guy and says, "Shut up, Noah." Lightning pals and crackles and shoots out of Dunsmore's finger and hits the guy. He falls over dead, his body still shaking from the lightning. A girl sits up and says, "Stop this, Jacob! What is wrong with you?" Jacob appears in front of her and strokes her cheek slowly and says, "Why, nothing, my dear. I hope you don't take this personally." Her eyes go wide. Dunsmore kisses her and says, "I'll miss you." He pulls his armor out of her stomach. Blood pours out. She falls to her knees, her eyes wide. She says, I thought you cared about me." Darkness radiates from Thunderstorm. The cobra rears his wings and sharpens them. The red in his hair turns purple, and his hair turns spiky and sharp. He smiles and says, "Jacob may have, but I'm not him. And with your death, I'll be set completely free." Blood splatters from her neck as she falls to the ground, her eyes wide and staring at the wall, her body in a pool of blood. Dunsmore's eyes turn into snake eyes and turn purple, and his teeth, ears, and horns sharpen, and the cloud with lightning coming out of it on his shirt turns into red swirling darkness with white around it. He laughs and says, "At last! Nightstorm Falling is here to play." An hour later, the entire school is nothing but a bloodbath. Nightstorm walks out of the school covered in blood. He licks his lips with a snake-like tongue and says, "I feel so alive." End of Chapter 1. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming back, and see you next time.